Hello marketers, in this video we are going to learn the advantages of GA4 and what are the latest changes that have occurred in Google Analytics 4. So this is the fourth version of Google Analytics and it's completely event-based measurement model as I've already mentioned in the previous videos. So it's completely based upon the events and the parameters we send along with the particular associated event, and we can send any number of parameters with the event, and the limit is 25 parameters that we can send with an event associated with that event. So those parameters can be anything you would like to track regarding that event. For example, if you are tracking the button click event, then you can send the parameters like the click text or the page they have clicked the button, and also the page they are redirecting to when they click the button, or if you're tracking a PDF download, the PDF title of the document that they are downloading and the page where they are downloading, and all the details related to that particular event can be sent as parameters. So remember, this parameters is very important. Throughout the GA4 we are going to uh, persist on this topic, events and the parameters. So the event pair with parameters will then give us the event data. So this is all user centric, and this GA4 integrates both the mobile and the web usage, and you have a unified reporting about the entire web usage and the app usage of your users. And here, as I have already mentioned, event-based measurement protocol, even the page view is also tracked as an event. So in the previous GA3, so it's completely regarding the page views and the sessions, and it depends upon the user behavior, the pages he views and the sessions he create on our website. But here, these are all sent as events, and we can categorize the pages viewed by a user on a website as an event and then analyze the data in that way. And if we come to the advantages of GA, so GA4 is very advantageous with the latest update. We can have the advanced analysis reports where we can have the very clear idea about the data we have collected and also create our own custom reports. If you can see these reports in the interface, so we could find these in the analysis. This is the analysis hub where you can create any number of custom reports you would like to according to your marketing goal or your business goal. So there are several analysis templates like exploration or the funnel analytics, path analysis, the segment overlap, user explorer, cohort analysis, user lifetime value. All this can be created as the custom reports and also graphically visualized for us for the comfort of analyzing and understanding the user behavior on a website. So exploration is, we need to mention the metrics and the custom dimensions and the filters we want to apply in that report, and then visualize it in a chart or a table. And then we have the funnel analytics, as we are all aware about the click funnels and other things. So here in analytics also we can create the funnels where we can create a goal funnel or a general user journey funnel where the user goes to one page and then navigates to the other page. And this would be very much useful for the e-commerce websites where there is a step-by-step process to reach the actual macro or the micro conversion and the most important conversion on your website. We need to track every step that is followed by the user in this funnel and then analyze it and check where the users are being dropped out. So like this, we have a lot number of advanced analysis reports we can create. In the further videos, we'll also be creating all these uh, all these reports or the custom reports according to our need, and based upon that we can generate these reports and analyze them. So this is where we have the very good analysis of the data we are creating and the data we are sending, and then analyzing them using the different kinds of reports that are available here. And we have the roll-up reporting. As you are aware, this roll-up reporting in GA3 is available only for the Google Analytics 360 users, where the roll-up reporting is integrated or the aggregated data coming from multiple properties. So here, as I have already mentioned, GA4 is the app plus web property. So the app and the web data is already integrated into one uh, place where we can analyze it together. So there's default roll-up reporting, and we can also have the cross-device insights because whether he comes into our website through a mobile or through desktop. We can track everything over here, and we can also analyze through the devices report over here. We have it in the tech. We have all the technical details like the browser they're using, and here we have the browsers and the new users and the engage section with that particular one. And also we have the demographic reports. So we can categorize users based upon the demography or the country they are visiting us. And then we have the acquisition reports based on the users and everything. And then in this way, we can analyze any data related to the users through the events and the different, the different reports that are available in GA4. And then we have the predictive analysis. So here we have the predictive analysis which means the GA4 is able to predict behavior of the users they are going to do in the future. For example, if it's an e-commerce site, they can predict 7-day likely purchases or 28-day likely purchases. So based upon the actions or the events that the user perform on your website, the GA4 would analyze based upon that data and predict them to be uh, potential customers that would make a conversion on a website. And it's very easy to do conversion tracking and the cross domain tracking in setup. As I've already mentioned in the previous video, the cross domain tracking is just very easy by just setting it up by mentioning the domains where we would like to include this cross domain tracking. So this implementation will be implemented exactly in the other videos. And the conversion tracking, it will be in depth, and we need to do this once we are all aware of the interface and the reports and the metrics, dimensions, everything. Then the last phase comes with the conversion. And we have the custom dimensions and the custom metrics as we have in GA3, but the usage or the creation of these are completely different. The custom dimensions and the custom metrics which can create here, but these can be created only based upon the logged events. So already logged events and the logged parameters. So those events which we track will be having associated parameters, and these parameters can then be converted into the custom dimension or the custom metrics. So the parameters have different scopes. So all these would be a little in depth, and we can learn it further once we are aware with the types of events and the types of parameters and how are they collected and how are they sent to Google Analytics. And then we can think of this custom dimensions and metrics, and this will be very useful when we analyze the reports with the inclusion of these in the reports would give more meaning to the data and the analysis process. And then we have the debug view. You can see this is the debug view. Just for this, I'm going to preview the website so that I can see the events that are going to appear in the debug. So this is the website where we have launched the Google Analytics 4 previously. And now I'm going to scroll and click, and let me see it in the analytics. There's something over here. If you can see here, there's one new. See here, now whatever events or whatever actions I have performed on this website are being registered in this debug view. This debug view is very good update in GA4 so that we can analyze and debug and test everything before we launch it into our actual site. So because the views are not available right now, we can use this debug view, and then once everything is fine and set up, then we can launch these events or the filters onto our action site. If you can see this debug view over here, see this are all that are being launched with this. So just first I had gone to the page view, then I have clicked the button and directed to the products page. So that button click is detected over here, and then we have the user engagement, and then another page view for the product page. So and further whatever actions I do, And now we'll have another page view right now over here. It just takes some time to get loaded over into the debug view. So the page is loaded. So like this, all the button clicks. See, again there's a page view, and again there's a user engagement. So all these events automatically tracked by Google Analytics. So we'll talk about this in detail in the later. But the debug view is this: we can debug every action that is performed on the website while we are debugging it, and we can have a clear idea of what the tags we're implementing on a website related to Google Analytics, and we can have an overview of this over here, and we can see the events that are being captured here. This is a page view event, and it's captured 3 times. There's an event count. So like this, we can have all the details related to the debug and what's happening over there. And this is the debug device. I'm debugging it in Google Chrome. So this is the debug device. So these are all the data that are available in the debug view. So this is very helpful, and make a note to use this while you implement anything, and we'll be implementing many more. And then we're going to use this debug view much further. And then we have the advanced ads integration. This is generally we import the audience in analytics to several other platforms like the Google Ads and the Google Search Console and everywhere, or import the Google Analytics audience into different Google Ads account and then retarget them again. But over here, we can upload or import or export these audiences from Google Analytics to the Google Ads account, and there is much more integration inbuilt over here. That is, we can create the events. So the events that are being performed by the users can be converted as conversions, and also they can be used as an audience. So those users who perform a particular action on your website, so like I have viewed this page or click this button, so all these users who have clicked this button will be considered to be doing one action that is being captured as an event in analytics, and then those users who have performed that event on a website will be categorized as audience and bucketed, and then this bucket can be imported into our Google Ads account, and there we can retarget them uh, based on the actions they have performed on website. Like if they have added a product to the cart, then we can target them with creatives that force them or make them to purchase those products. So this is the very most advantage of the audiences, and the integration between the Google Ads and the Google Analytics platforms is much more increase, so that we have a good um, integration between these two, and also a good data synchronization between these two platforms, so we can analyze the Google Ads data and the analytics data, map them, and also analyze it in the perfect way. And as I've already mentioned, we have a debug view. Apart from that, we can also create a test property where we can test all the different tags or the different techniques or the strategies we want to implement on a website through Google Analytics. And once it's a working well in our test property, then we can use it in the actual property. If you can see, this is the admin. There are no views, but we can create different other properties over here. So I have already created the universal analytics property. Like that, similarly we can create another test property for the Google Analytics 4 and test everything over there, and then implement that in our actual site. So these are the advantages of Google Analytics. So a brief overview of all this. If you can see, yeah, over here we are going to analyze the GA3 and GA4, and there is very basic need and very important to convert from GA3 to GA4 in the future. But now we can parallelly synchronize both and parallelly send data to both the properties. So the major differences in GA3 and GA4 is the reporting interface. Here we have different properties for different streams, and while in GA4 we have the app plus web property and we have the unified reporting, and in the GA3 the basic data points are the page views and the sessions, while coming to GA4 it's everything event centric. And in GA3 we use the property tracking ID on our website for tracking, while in GA4 we use the stream measurement ID. This is the web measurement ID for web, and and we can create an app stream and also use that ID on app like that. And the event model, and there is no more category action label value based model where there is no restriction to send the event data along with the event. We can send any number of parameters associated with that event, and this is the event plus parameter based model. And we have enhanced e-commerce implemented in GA3, and we also have the same, and also advanced integration of e-commerce, enhanced e-commerce into GA4, and it comes under the monetization section, and that's under this block. If you see, this is the monetization. Here we have the e-commerce purchases. This is related to the e-commerce website. And here we can have the product performance and e-commerce purchases and the cart to view rate. All this data would be over here once we implement enhanced e-commerce on our e-commerce site. So that would be implemented and also taught to you in the previous next upcoming videos. And in our purchases is the purchases that happen in the app, within the app. And we also have the publisher ads related data. If a website is with any publisher space, we can have the data related to that over here. So this is all under GA4 monetization section. And as we have already gone through the debug view, it's only available in GA4 and it isn't available in GA3. And BigQuery is available in GA3, but the thing is, it's paid and it's only available for Google Analytics 360. And BigQuery is we can query the analytics data through the BigQuery. So we can use the database queries and query the data in Google Analytics according to our need. As you're aware of Data Studio, in Data Studio, we just gather the data and generate the custom reports. Similarly, we can query the database and then generate our own reports or tables. And then we have the advanced analysis reports, and it's only available in GA4. We can create our own custom reports and also charts, tables, so that we can visualize our reports. And the roll-up reporting is by default involved in GA4. And then we have the predictive analysis. This predictive analysis would be detailedly explained in the further videos, but the thing is, it's in a brief to predict the user behavior. That is, he might take a purchase or he might submit application form. It's being done by the artificial intelligence integrated in GA4. It's all done through that. So the artificial intelligence analyzes the previous data or the events performed by the user and then predicts the other user behaviors in the future. And there are no more views in GA4. So instead of that, as I've already mentioned, we can use the test property or the debug view and then analyze the data and then launch it in our actual website. So I hope these are the reasons we need to get integrated into GA4 and get used to the interface and also the model, an event measurement model that is being implemented right now in GA4. So completely there's a great change from GA3 to GA4. So we need to get habituated to GA4 in order to generate more effective and more informative reports and analysis data so that we can analyze our users, and then based upon that we can make decisions. Thank you.